All right, so let's go ahead and go over these errors and see what we have. So in the first sentence, A Midsummer Night's Dream, written by William Shakespeare, is a complicated, twisting tale of love. Also, it's Nikita's favorite play. So what do we need to fix here? Okay, so this is a title, so we need to put quotation marks around it. Okay, so we need them before and after dream, because it's the title of the work. Some style guides will say that you should underline it. I don't know. I personally prefer quotation marks, but underlining would also be an option, but you need to make it stand out somehow that this is the title of a work. Okay, what else? Okay, yeah, this is the wrong tail, right? This is like the tail that like a dog has or something, right? But we don't want that. We want tail like story, which is T-A-L-E. Okay, what else?
Also, can you change it to it's also?
Yeah, I mean that part, it doesn't really matter which order these are in, but there is an issue with it's. Yeah, it's the wrong it's, right? So normally when you have something with an apostrophe S, that means that you're showing possession, but with it's different. So IT apostrophe S is a contraction. That means it is. Okay, so you don't have to write that, but just so that you know. IT apostrophe S is a contraction, meaning it is. So ITS with no apostrophe is what shows possession, and we are not showing possession here. We're just saying it is her favorite play. Okay, and this name, I don't know, this is just her name. There's no error there. Just sometimes people think there might be an error, but we don't know. It's just what her name is. What else? So what would we say is the subject of this sentence? Like who or what is it about?
William Shakespeare's novel.
Okay, it's about his play, right? A Midsummer Night's Dream. Okay. So A Midsummer Night's Dream, and the verb in the sentence is, right? Because it's telling us what it is. So since we have the subject here and the verb is all the way over here, what do you think that we can do around this written by William Shakespeare part? Yeah, we can add commas because it's additional information that is not grammatically necessary for the sentence to make sense, right? Because if I just said A Midsummer Night's Dream is a complicated, twisting tale, that still makes sense and is still grammatically correct. So the comma has to go inside the quotation marks here, and then it would go after the last name here. Okay. A positive phrase adds more information, but it's not necessary for the sentence to make sense. Okay. The tale of love, we get a couple of describing words, right? It's complicated. It's a complicated tale. It's a twisting tale. So if this adjective and this adjective are both describing this noun, what do I need to put in between them? You could put and or a comma. Okay, So got two adjectives describing the same noun. We separate them with a comma. You could use and as well. All right, we've got 3 more errors. 2 are punctuation and 1 is a spelling error. Okay, so one of them is just kind of tricky because you have to kind of just know the play's title. A Midsummer Night's Dream. So we're saying that the dream belongs to the night, right? Like it's the dream of the night. So what do we need to do to nights here? Yeah, we need an apostrophe because the dream belongs to the night, essentially. So gotta have an apostrophe there. How do we feel about this comma here? Is that strong enough to separate 2 complete sentences? Because we have A Midsummer Night's Dream is, there's our subject and verb, and then we have it is, there's another subject and verb. So we have 2 complete sentences on either side of this comma. Is that enough punctuation to separate them or not? Can we separate sentences with just a comma? Yeah, so your choices would be to change this to a period and capitalize the A, or you could use a semicolon. So I'm just going to use a semicolon because it's easier. And the meaning and like content of these 2 sentences is very similar and really like they rely on each other. So a semicolon is appropriate here. Semicolons aren't always the best choice, but it works here. You could also do a period and a capital letter though, up to you. Okay, the last one is a misspelling of a name. And we already said it's not Nikita, so whose name is misspelled here? Yeah, right. This says Shakespeare. I don't know who that is, but it's not a famous author. So that is incorrect. His name is Shakespeare, not Shakespeare. Okay, so S-P-E-A-R-E. Okay, and I know it's been a minute since we read Romeo and Juliet, but yeah, Shakespeare, not Shakespeare. Okay, so that's 11. The second sentence is related to the first sentences, talks about the characters in the play. So the main characters, a group of 4 well-to-do Athenians, are manipulated by chaos-creating fairies. Athenians are citizens of Athens, Greece. So there's nothing wrong with that word, even though you maybe haven't seen it before. It just means that the characters are citizens of Athens. So we've got 6 errors in this one. Any ideas? All right, so let's start by looking at the subject and the verb. So who or what is this sentence about? Yeah, the main characters, right? This is our subject, the main characters. That's our subject. What is the action or the like existence? What's the verb in this sentence? The main character is what? Yeah, they are manipulated. Okay, so this is our verb. So when our subject is separated from our verb, what do we do with the stuff in between? Put commas between it because it is in a positive. It's more information about the subject, not necessary to understand the grammar of the sentence. Okay, So comma before and a comma after Athenians. We need to add 3 hyphens in this sentence. Where do you think that we need to add them? Hyphens are like the dashes. Remember, we typically use them when you have more than one word that is working together to describe a noun.
Well to do.
So we need one between well and to, and we need one between to and do, right? Because well to do means like wealthy, right? But well to and do on their own don't tell us anything about the Athenians. We have to put the hyphens between them, gives it a different meaning. Where else do we need one? Chaos and creating, because it's describing the fairies. Okay, they're not chaos fairies and they're not creating fairies. We have to have those 2 words joined together to have the meaning that we intend. And there's a spelling error in this sentence as well. Yeah, it's fairies, right? We aren't going to do a Y-S, we're going to do an I-E-S, right? Okay. Gotta love the spelling rules in English. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Okay. Any questions on any of these? Mostly rules that we've gone over before. So, all right. So you can go ahead and submit this on Canvas. Like I said, sorry I didn't print them for today, but go ahead.